Another one. Another one. And another one. And
Alright, y'all. What's up, guys? I'm just giving you guys behind the scenes. I'm literally sitting on the ground on the floor in my room, and I just wanted to talk to you guys quick about a tip or a guideline. I mean, anything that I ever tell you guys is always a guideline. There's no end-all, be-all rule in photography. There's basic concepts to get you started, and from there, obviously, you move on and do what you feel is better for you and your style as an artist. But a concept that I use a lot, very basic, very simple, is the rule of thirds. And most of you already know this, but for those who don't, just follow along with me. Anytime I do any photography, I always have the grid lines on in my LCD, and you guys know about the rule of thirds, where basically anything that you want to shoot, your subject, your focus, is always more appealing to the eye if it's along any of these horizontal lines or if any one of these vertical lines. It's basically just bringing your subject out of the center. Anybody can shoot a subject or anything when it's dead in the center. This is about getting creative and moving it out of the center. And these 4 points where the lines intersect, that is where your eye kind of gets drawn to. So these 4 points is where you want to have your subject. If you were doing like a landscape shot, you'd probably want your horizon along one of these horizontal points. If you're shooting like a tall building, you probably want it in one of these vertical points. And again, that's just moving it out of a center photo shot, just to make things more dynamic and interesting. So in this case, I have Black Bolt, and his focus or his point, or the point of emphasis, is right here at that cross intersection. I'm gonna take the shot. What I need to do first is make sure I get this in focus. So I'll actually zoom into his face and I'll try to focus it, or get that maximum focus to make sure it's nice and clear. Take my shot. Oh, I don't know why I have it on the 10-second countdown. And that's just a Black Bolt simulating his scream. So there's the shot. Let me show you guys that again. There's a shot. I tend to shoot from this point. I like my shots on the right side. Maybe because I'm right-handed, I do everything with the right. That's more appealing for me. You know, I may move him and change his direction and do it on the left side. But as guidelines, like I said, it's nice to look up the rule of thirds for photography. It's a basic, simple concept.
We're drunk, but she stays neat. Whispers in my ear, let's go to my place, you could taste me. So we down her cups, Uber's on the way. She down to fuck, it took a whole day to recuperate. Now I'm better,
Alright, y'all, back at it with another display. Here I'm taking a pic with Rhino, and I guess you got Spider-Gwen over here, Spider-Man over there, and Rhino do what Rhino do. Rhino smash. Just wanted to simulate something, him, you know, kind of like slamming down the ground with 2 fists, rubble, shit flying all over the place. Man, maybe I should do some debris, sprinkle some rocks. You know, that fancy fucking photography shit that people do outdoors, but I don't know how to do that. Alright, so let me zoom it out here. You guys can take a look. Really simple scene. Got one blue light, another blue light at the top, 2 pieces of styrofoam for the ground, for the background, and so I did my setup. Just kind of layering effects. You know, once you get down in an angle that you like, you can kind of hide all the imperfections and the pointiness, and you know, just the fact that it's more cohesive, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, so that's the display. Pretty simple, just balancing Gwen. I mean, you don't see her full body, so that's that. Same thing with Spider-Man. And if you see here, you know, there's no way the Rhino's head can, this is that Marvel Legend Rhino, no way, you know, his head can turn that far back. So took it off the peg, put some wax, and that's how I did that. Man, this camera sucks. There you go. So that's the setup. Everything tangible. Cutouts here. Waxy. The head. Waxy. That's a wrap, y'all. Alright, peace. Take 2. Decided to come back to this display. Just because I wasn't really happy with the first one. I mean, it was good for what it was, but nah, I didn't really like it. Not something that I probably would want to post. So I wanted to give it a little bit more action, more comical, more funny. Kind of like Spidey is catching a ride onto the top of Rhino's back. Definitely something he should do. Rhino still, I guess I'm trying to emulate him, stomping the ground with force. And Spidey just landing on his back. Shit, I just realized his head fell off. So this is the magic, if you can call it that. Just a lot of wax and just kind of stuck it on there just to make it look like he's looking upright. That's it. No big deal. And yeah, I think I'm happier with this one, and I'm happier to use those the previous shot as alternate sides, B sides. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Alright, y'all. On to the next one. Shit. Merry Christmas. Dang. Alright, y'all. Back at it with a quick, simple setup. I've been meaning to do this for a minute. By far, one of my favorite comic book runs was the Hawkeye, done by David Aha and Matt Fraction. What was that, back in 2015? They're also the team responsible for doing that amazing Immortal Iron Fist run. And what can I say that hasn't already been said about Hawkeye? I just thought that their initial run was amazing, and I had to pay tribute or pay honor to Pizza Dog, one of probably my most favorite characters in comic books, who doesn't even say a word. I remember them doing one issue where it was just from the dog's point of view, and it was still an amazing issue. And all I have here is this dog. I don't even know what kind of dog this is. I got it from my local Michael's, and it was like $3. So I was like, hey, that was like Pizza Dog. And I didn't want to get the Marvel Select version. I know they did a Hawkeye version with Pizza Dog, but I thought it was going to be too big, and I didn't even bother to try to track him down. So went with this, and I think it works. Just another simple, I guess, back alley scene. And I have it really dark in my current room with blue and purple lights, like how they do their artwork of purplish hues and very minimalistic. And I definitely can relate to that book. So if you guys haven't read it, I definitely recommend that you guys read it. I personally got tired of the whole superhero bullshit all over again, and I like my down-to-earth street characters about their, normal lives. And it's amazing run for Hawkeye, just because in the end of it, he's a normal guy. He's just a regular dude who happens to be a superhero on the Avengers team. And you kind of get to see his perspective, basically coming home to a shitty ass apartment, beat up, hurt, injured, but he's, as I say, he's got man's best friend. And I have Kate in here. This was from the 2-pack, or the 3-pack, excuse me. I don't know how, I want to put her in there somehow, maybe kind of standing like this. I kind of already have her pre-posed. I don't know. Zoom out. So this is kind of my background. And I have a simple alleyway scene. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. Alright, y'all.
Here we go. I don't know how to tell you, you don't know how to be me. Tell myself in the mirror, damn it, shipping on repeat. Take a chance, this my speech. Took a breath, I can't speak. Take a shot like Aubrey. Troubled thoughts pass by me. Reading text from my past. Girlies give me all the sass. Yeah, I fight with my moms. So stubborn that it always lasts. So numb, can't feel a bit. Acting full for the hell of it. Do it sober, rather take a hit. So fuck, now celibate. This is my life. Don't celebrate. If I'm at your crib, then I took a break from this long ass week. I've been working straight. When is my time? My third offense. On the record, I'll plead guilty. I killed the beat, I had no defense. I'm on a mission. What am I missing? What if I make it? Who are we kidding? I'm on a mission. What am I missing? What if I make it? Who are we kidding? I might just reel in, I'm hooked. Babe, this that feeling, I'm hooked. That feeling, I'm hooked. I might just reel in, I'm hooked. Babe, this that feeling, I'm hooked. Use that sold out, I'm booked. Hit that ceiling.
What's up, y'all? Back at it with a really, really simple setup. Had this setup in my mind for the longest time. Just a simple Voltron setup with a character with a caption, something along the lines of the Black Lion chooses you. So what I'm using is here. Let me get out of here. What I'm using are these little miniatures I got on eBay. And I guess they're like for train model displays. There's a bag of like 100 miniatures. I've never used them before. So I took one guy, planted him right in the middle of my dio, and then had a lion. If you don't know, that's the Voltron lion, black lion. He's pretty huge. Just kind of on top of him, kind of like he was pouncing on him, or just kind of landed right on top of him. And I just thought that'd be, it was one of those scenes on the show. By the way, if you've never seen the Netflix new Voltron series, definitely recommend to go watch it. Me and my son love watching that, and I think we've finished all the way to season 4 now. Season 4, season 3, I'm not sure, but we're up to date. It's a really good show. And by the way, I really love these Voltron lines. I've always wanted one as a kid, but could never really afford one or find one or have the time to get one. So these are a blast. Here, they're all up here. The other lions. Yeah, they're really dope to have as part of the collection. But in terms of the display, really simple. just a dial piece I made. Background. Turn off that. That's the background piece of paper, and have one light for the background, and I'll have another light here for the foreground. And just do something really quick, really simple. Idea, as I said, I've had for a minute, and just finally having the time to execute it. Alright, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.
Last night we smoked slow, play fights, dim the lights low, doors locked, now they all know. Smoke has us feeling different, I swear. Got me biting her neck and pulling her hair. You don't have my focus, but I know I got
Alright, y'all. Back at it with another setup. Really simple setup, and a setup I've had for probably about over a month on my my table. I've had this setup for about a month, and I've just been too lazy to take a photo, but got that new Revo Wolverine, which I absolutely love. Such a dope figure. Propped up on a stand, and I got this Marvel Universe Sentinel, and just doing a simple scene, just using this setup and angle to my benefit to hide the stand. So I basically had the camera propped up top, zoomed it in, maybe about like that. Had Wolvie zoomed in. Probably have another light here just to bring out the color or the purple on the Sentinel, brighten it up a bit. And then I just used his hand to kind of hide the stand. But that's my shot. And if in the background you see the light changing, that's just a multi-colored bulb. I think I've showed that in the past. Just trying to get a good color, or see what would be a good tone for the background. I think I like that light blue. Yeah, that's dope. My top 10 Marvel Legends of 2017. So this is kind of the criteria that I was going for. One, if it was in my hands in 2017, it counts as a 2017 figure, regardless of the release date. Two, I enjoy Marvel Legends, and the reason why I do enjoy Marvel Legends is because of the interchangeability. What I mean by that is the extra accessories, the extra hands, the extra head sculpts, the fact that you can mix and match and do custom mods with your other Marvel Legends figures. That's the fun, and that's the joy of collecting in this line. Three, this is kind of a bonus. If the specific figure itself is released and it's a part of multiple different teams, factions, series, regardless of the bronze, silver age, the current age, that's a plus for me. I only got 2 female figures. Hasbro, all you gotta do is give us that double jointed elbow for the female figures. I don't know why I'm trying to make this suspenseful. Alright, number 10 is Hela from the Marvel Legends Hulk or Gladiator Build-A-Figure wave. Movie figure, doesn't matter. It's a Marvel Legend. So I'm counting it as a Marvel Legend. Hela is number 10, simply due to the head sculpt that it comes with. It's a beautiful head sculpt. The costume itself is really nice, really clean. And the sculpting in the actual costume or within the costume is great. Number 9, the only Build-A-Figure that's actually in my top 10, which I think is grossly underrated, Man-Thing. No accessories, no extra hands, no extra heads, but it's a big figure. And that's what I come to expect from my Build-A-Figures. It's a big figure. The detail on it is amazing. The sculpt of the, I guess, what is it, vines, trees, plants is awesome. If it came with the extra hands and the detail on the paint was a little nicer, it definitely would have been a lot higher. Number 8 is, actually, you know what? 8, 7, and 6 are actually all from that X-Men wave, the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. So I'm going to count it down with 8. That's Colossus. I really, really like this figure. I like the fact that it came with a modern head, paws, with the beard, which was dope. I really wish it had extra hands so he can have 2 fists. With the character like Colossus, it would have been nice to have the double elbows. I never thought I wanted another Colossus. I always thought the Toy Biz version was fine, but this guy's he's a permanent in my X-Men team collection. Number 7, I'm gonna go with Cyclops. I know this was high on a lot of people's lists, and it was high just due to hype, due to demand. Everybody wanted that 90s Cyclops, and what can I say? It's a dope figure. It's nice. It's the blue and the yellow, clean, classic. Head sculpt is nice. Just really wish he had extra hands. That would have been really nice. An effect for his eye would have been nice. And those stupid straps on the thighs. I had to glue mine down because those kept coming down. Those are horrible. That was a horrible decision. Number 6, we have Old Man Logan. And I know I'm breaking my rules in terms of, for the last couple of figs, of there's no extra head, no extra hands, no extra accessories. But the fact that we got a new buck, with a highly anticipated character. I've never thought that they'd give us an Old Man Logan, but I guess since he reappeared in the comics recently, they had to do that. But the fact that we have a civilian look is part of that interchangeability that I talk about. The fact that you can swap out the head sculpt, you can make this guy a random dude in a leather jacket. And by the way, that leather jacket is dope. I did the swap with the leather jacket and put it on one of my Cyclops. It's really nice, and I do really like this figure. Obviously wish it came with extra accessories. Alright, so now we're going into my top 5. You're going to notice a theme in this top 5. Number 5, the Hydra Soldiers, the 2-pack. I know, repaint of the basic Hydra Soldier, no problem. That's a dope figure. But the fact that they gave us 2 extra heads, multiple weapons, and we got one of the bigger Hydra Soldiers and gave him 2 extra non-masked heads, that was dope. I really wish we did have a non-masked head, just a regular civilian head, and some extra hands would have been cool. But you can take off some of the armor, put on some of the vests, maybe even do customs or mods and create it for other figures. That's why I love Marvel Legends. And moving on to number 4, we have Submariner, aka Namor from the Black Panther wave. I never thought I would have wanted an action figure of a half-naked dude in a Speedo, but I don't know, it's something about Submariner, Namor, it's just something that I really like about the character. I don't know if it's his cockiness, the fact that he is really, really overpowered, but the costume itself, or this particular character, fits in with so many different teams. I mean, you got the Invaders, you got the Defenders. I even remember seeing this half-naked Submariner in with the Illuminati, and the fact that he came with, I mean, look at my criteria. I hate to beat a dead horse, but my criteria: we got a weapon, accessory, we got extra hands, we got an extra head. I mean, if it had an effect piece, it would have put it over the top, but that's the bare minimum that I want from a Marvel Legend now. And the fact that it goes really well with the other Namor that was released last year, the fact that you interchange the heads, interchange the bearded head with the more modern character, it's a thing of beauty. Number 3, I really had a tough time with this one, but I'm gonna go with the Invincible Iron Man from the Black Panther wave. And just to save myself some talk, this is the best Iron Man that we've ever gotten. Again, going over my list: extra head, the Stark head, extra hands. Even though those the repulsor beaming hands don't have any hinges, they don't move up and down, they're kind of static, at least it's extra hands. We have some effect pieces, we have a weapon. This particular suit, the arms can actually go all the way down to its side, so it can actually pose like a robot. It's not too big and it's not too small, so it actually does look like that Marvel Legends suited body can actually fit into that suit. And I mean, who doesn't want another Iron Man in their Hall of Armor? And 2, it completes the all new, all different Avengers team. So that's a bonus too. That's why it's so ranked high up. Number 2, I'm going with the Dark Phoenix in the Cyclops Phoenix 2-pack. Yes, I know, repaint, blah blah blah, but the fact that they give us 3 friggin' head sculpts, and all 3 friggin' head sculpts knocked it out of the park. They were all so dope. And again, the interchangeability. I can use that head for Black Widow. I can use it for Mary Jane. I can put it on my 90s Jean Grey. I can put it on my that green suited Jean Grey. The possibilities are endless, and that's what I love about this Dark Phoenix figure. Again, elbow joints would have put it over the top. Right now, we already have, including the Dark Phoenix, 3 Jean Greys, and we have a total of 5 different head sculpts that we can kind of mess around with. That's a thing of beauty. Number 1, which is probably number 1 on a lot of guys' lists who mess around with toy photography, Bullseye. Again, let's do the list. 1, extra hands. Extra modded hands. That pointing hand, or the gun shooting hand, was dope. The hand with the effect piece, even though that was kind of whack, they gave us an extra piece, extra hand with the effect. So you know what, all props to them for that. And 2, not only did they give us a maskless head, they gave us a maskless head with an expression. Any head sculpt we get in Marvel Legends with an expression is a photographer's dream. Alright, y'all, I'm ending this episode now. This is episode 32 of The Flip Side. I'm hoping to have this video out by at least the end of 2017. With that being said, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Also plan to do my top 10 Marvel Legends figures. Either might do that separately or maybe just include it in this vid. Knowing my lazy ass, this is probably coming out early 2018. 2017 was a weird year for me. I've been collecting as per usual. Just haven't had that urge to take photos, do any videos, participate in any group discussions, post online, interact with people in the community. It's just been a really weird year for me, but hopefully for 2018 I can get back on track. Shout out to the people in the community that do hold it down for me. I was looking at my my upload history, I realized that I only actually uploaded the one video in 2017 after going hard and strong for the last 3 years before. It's kind of surprising. So hopefully, this is hopefully, because I'm known to, you know, have ups and downs with my hobbies and interests. Hopefully figure collecting stays on the up, because I really do enjoy making these videos. I do enjoy kicking it with you guys. So hopefully, you know what, I'll keep it going, and maybe I just need to get a new camera. Maybe that's it. Alright, y'all, done blabbing again. Have a safe, happy, and prosperous new year, and catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.